Okay, so a fast, accurate sine cosine MPPT algorithm. Um, MPPT algorithm is so popular due to the solar demand in the Pakistan. I'm sure there could be the case in other countries as well. Mm, Detection of unhealthy plant leaves using image processing and genetic algorithm. This topic is also very interesting, and I think I could make a use of a good project out of it. Implementation. What is this? Algorithmic thinking development through physical computing activities with Arduino in STEM education. Well, that is also an interesting topic, but not for me. And what? Yeah, the sensor fusion algorithms. So, low cost IMU implementation via sensor fusion algorithms in Arduino. Arduino algorithms classification. Well, low cost IMU implementation. Well, that is also one of the good idea. Implementation of MPPT algorithmic. No, we will look further into the genetic algorithm, the MPPT algorithm, and will further shortlist. The IMU implementation is also one of the good things. So the sensor fusion. Mm, Exploiting Arduino features to develop programming. Um, Interfacing of the MATLAB with Arduino for phase detection and tracking algorithm using serial communication. Uh, I created one of the project in my YouTube channel for this, where MATLAB and Arduino do communicate, but I think I did not added the face detection and tracking video. I think not. So this is published in IEEE research paper and cited by 17. So that's a very good article. We can look into this and we can replicate this one in over upcoming videos. I'm just collecting the raw ideas. Interfacing of MATLAB with Arduino for object detection algorithm implementation using serial communication. This one is also for serial communication. And interfacing the face algorithm and detection. This one is also for serial communication. These two are related to serial communication. And. Let me switch to a dark theme. Um, this is not gonna much help. Let's move next. A low-cost controller of PV system based on Arduino board and INC algorithm. I think the PV systems are very much active research topics. Okay, the Arduino based multi robot stick carrying by artificial bee colony optimization. The artificial bee colony optimization algorithm is also a very good project, and I might have to look into what the artificial bee colony is doing with an Arduino. Yes, I have to look into that. Studying digital signal processing on Arduino based platform. Well, I was creating a series on Arduino digital signal processing, um, but I don't get a lot of project ideas. So, what to do next? Let's explore this one. Okay, what it says, digital signal processing. Yes, it has become integral part, and I know that we need for a lot of signal processing techniques for our lot of projects, and required for scientists and engineers. So many specialists, most of course offer only using for DSP laboratory classes. The MATLAB systems is a disadvantage. Yes, this one is an important thing that most courses offer only using for DSP laboratory classes, the MATLAB system. This one is a really bad idea. I mean, you cannot dispatch a MATLAB to end product. So yes, you need to implement some kind of algorithms in raw C and C++ so you can deploy them on Arduino. Um, it excludes the students' acquisition of the basic skills of software development for implementation of DSP algorithms. Yes, this point is also very important. When you implement the algorithms on MATLAB or high-end toolkit, what you normally do is you just use that tools, and you don't learn the actual development skills. So you lack how to implement the algorithms, although the basic algorithms like moving average filter and exponential moving average filter, which I created a videos on my YouTube channel, are very simple to implement in C and C++. But when you use a DSP libraries and other things, you just get used to with the libraries environment, and you always what you do, you always try to you know use dependent on that libraries. You don't have skills to implement your own algorithm. I'm not suggesting to reinvent the wheel. Polish your skills, which I very much love to do. You should focus on some competitive programming. Well, let's move on. Real time in most cases, where were we? DSP is informative technology in real time, and in most cases, they use the coolest to the hardware assembler and C++ languages. To eliminate this drawback, the author proposed using for DSP laboratory classes the known Arduino platform. Nowadays, this platform is one of the most affordable, budgetary, and yes, it is on AVR. AVR is not a DSP microcontroller. Well, there are some dedicated microcontrollers which are dedicated for the DSP task, like the microchip, who owns now the AVR family, created some DSP processors, which is called the DSPIC series. Well, if I could go to that and show you the DSPIC series, they have some dedicated hardware which could run the DSP algorithms very fast. Even the STM32 microcontrollers have a built-in, the hardwares which could do some PID related tasks very fast. So because the DSP algorithms are computive expensive, so they need a lot of computing powers. That's why. Anyways, it allows using most of the popular DSP assembler and C++ language. As an example, the structure of the laboratory lessons, development, research, and moving average filter in MATLAB and Arduino is presented. This filter is the most common. Um, yes. I think this is some kind of lab. We'll just skip that for now. And okay. Let's see what the related articles has to offer. Using assembler for microcontrollers, study on Arduino based platform. So this is a bit of related to the assembly programming. We are not touching the assembly programming today, maybe some other day, but not today. The prospects of microcontroller application in the agriculture digitalization. Well, maybe not today. Use of Arduino platform in teaching programming. Yes, it could be helpful. There are mixed opinions of the professionals while using the Arduino platform for teaching. Some people say it is good, some say it is bad. In my opinion, it could goes both way. It depends on a person to person. I like something to really quickly build something. So if that's what you do, uh, Arduino is very good, but it somehow make you dependent to the ecosystem, which is good and bad as well. It makes you a bad programmer, but it all depends on a person to person, how that person grows, how that person's follow up the projects, how it grows for and learn new things. It all depends on someone. There are paths which goes both ways. You can start from scratch and go up higher level using the libraries finally, or you can start using the built-in libraries, make things rapidly, and then dig down to figure out um, what is going underneath. So that could goes both ways. The one thing that stops is where you stop and don't go deeper and don't improve yourself. That's where you get rusty. Anyways, moving on, Universal Arduino based experimental system to support teaching for natural sciences, digital filter design with Arduino Duo and MATLAB. Arduino Duo is another one of the most, Arduino Duo is also a good platform. I don't get very much chance to build a lot of projects with Arduino Duo. Maybe some little bit of audio processing task. When the Arduino Duo newly comes in, it has uh, higher resolution ADC than the Arduino UNO. So the Arduino Duo was good that time, but now it is just resting under my desk and nothing more fancy, because now the dedicated chips like the Arduino BLE Sense board, Arduino Nano BLE Sense is there, uh, which is good choice for making audio related projects and the machine learning, the TensorFlow Lite, etc. Okay, a survey about power consumption of Arduino. This is also one of the important topic. Well, I'm not sure how to keep these interesting topics, so I have to look back in this stream to know what ideas I shortlisted. So yeah, if you guys know some useful tools to then let me know in the comments, which could be utilized for saving my ideas in Android without revealing too much to my stream, because I'm totally new to these streams, and it says that when you use the streams on mobile screen, it shows everything onto the screen. I want to do the stream because the laziest way, not a fancy environment, not a fancy tools, and I just start streaming. So maybe share with you how I do research, and how do I pick some topics when I have nothing specifically to work on, and how I brainstorm and collect my ideas for my students. for their projects, and what specific project could teach them. um, the Google search and the YouTube search is pretty much exhausted. I mean, how to describe that? It is full of clickbaits, and it is just pushed down with maybe the real creators with the technical stuff make the videos for the money purposes, and the information is just buried between a lot of clickbaits. So the easiest way is to stay focused is Google Scholar. So when you have to uh, get some ideas for the upcoming projects, or some, if you want to learn some new algorithm, and the algorithms, you get to know to do things with the new ways. For example, you may learn about some algorithm which you never heard of, and I always do while researching on Google Scholar and reading the research papers. So you get to know some new algorithms, you get to know something new every day, and it really helps you to keep updated, or somehow in embedded systems we need to know the algorithms which were abandoned nowadays. I mean, what is the correct word? Which is obsolete and not used anymore. We need to um, research them, and find that old ancient time kind of algorithms, so that were very useful when the resources were very limited and the algorithms were efficient for the smaller data sets. Nowadays the algorithms are focused on large data, so the algorithms are kind of different, like deep learning, the machine learning tasks, but the same tasks were solvable with the statistical methods. And nowadays everything is overkilled by the machine learning and deep learning wave, the AI wave. So it is very hard to do the things. So yeah, that overkills. Okay. Technical devices were supervision in a household. Measuring of electric energy consumption in households by means of Arduino platform. This could be a good article as well. Using Arduino to teach digital signal processing. Anyways, I think that related articles are not doing much for me. What is the combination? Raspberry Pi and Arduino boards in control education? Yes, if you want to teach something industrial control systems, yes, they are a good combination. Mm, no, that's all not today's topic. Finger gesture into corresponding characters that are then displayed graphically using a commonly used software. Well, that is a good example. Design and build fantastic projects and devices using Arduino platform. About this book, explore the different sensors. Okay, so this is some kind of book. Okay, let's watch it. Arduino by example. Oh, so that's a book. Cool. We can go back. What is the related article? Arduino in easy steps. Well, these all are books. Yeah, it was written right there, the books, google.com. I didn't pay attention to that. I should pay attention to that. Model based design approach to embedded algorithm with Arduino UNO makes traffic light algorithm even easier to be a traffic light algorithms. I really like the idea of Arduino to translate finger gestures into corresponding characters. This idea is really good. You know, uh, how to implement that idea? Well, what I could think of for the easiest kind of algorithms, let's say if I try to make that project where we have to translate the finger gestures into the corresponding characters, how we can do that? We attach a simple MPU sensor to grab the gestures, right? Then it is a pretty straightforward. You use IMU 6050, MPU 6050, the gyroscope sensor, and just interface that with the I2C with the Arduino, and then record some gestures. You could train a machine learning algorithm, but I would say we should train a pretty straightforward statistical method to compare the correlation between the signals and detect the gesture. Then we can simply print out. We could use MATLAB or Python, or we could do on simply the Arduino. We could add 16 by 2 LCD for that. Well, we will look into that as well. Anyways, going further, what other ideas we could skis today? Did we miss something in the last page? Design of maximum power point tracking. MPPT. So the MPPT again. No, we are not touching the MPPT today. I'll just upload a video on my YouTube channel for you know. Oh, I forgot that. Never mind. Exploring Arduino tools and teachings for engineering. Now, this is not a topic. The Arduino as a hardware random number generator. You may think that random number generation is a very simple task, but no, it's not. We'll talk about that maybe somewhere else. So that's why there is a research paper for generating random numbers. Randoms are not random. You could somehow predict that randomness. While there is a mathematical function behind, when I was in my initial programming stages, I was not aware much of the algorithms. I was not aware what the randomness is. So I created a digital dice. So how I do that? Well, at that time I was not have access to the internet, and the only language I programmed was assembly 8051 microcontroller. So what do? I just simply start a counter and keep it running from 0 to 6, and when user press, boom, whatever point it stops. So the microcontroller was running very fast and counting very fast, obviously, the 1 microsecond, and that counting goes fast, so you can't guess where it is going to stop unless you think at the micro level. So the microcontroller is a good choice to design the random number. Well, there may be a lot of other things in that topic as well. So moving forward, an integrated Zigbee. Well, no. Nowadays, I'm not looking for projects where we need a lot of hardware. I'm focusing to grab the ideas where the hardware requirements are minimum, and we could focus to teach the algorithms and the advanced programming skills. So that's what I'm looking. The hardware side of skill is a separate task. So when we attach too many sensors, the things get complicated and we can't focus on a core concept which we want to learn on a single video. So that's why I don't integrating too much sensors. Okay, so the scheduling algorithms for real-time embedded control. Yes, this is also a good topic, but not for today. I must remember this keyword, the Arduino algorithms. That's which land me in this Google Scholar results. Implicit algorithm for modeling unsaturated soil responses. Digital filter design with the Arduino Duo. I think we gone through that. Real-time digital audio processing. Audio processing is a good thing. Uh, from the past many years, I was trying to work on audio processing on a microcontroller, but I rarely get good chance of doing that because of a lot of workload. I don't get much time to work on my side projects, and I rarely get time with these days. I specifically trying to focus. Let's see how far I succeed. It all depends on the audience response. Well, maybe, yeah. Anyways, experimental evaluation of cell balancing algorithms. That's control systems. We are not focusing on control systems. MPPT algorithms, not for today. The swarm based design of proportional, integral, and derivative controllers using a compromised cost function. An Arduino temperature laboratory case study. PSO with the Arduino is a good combination. Particle swarm optimization and Aunt B colony optimization, and these genetic algorithms, and these kind of algorithms are now not much in active, you know because of the hype of the deep learning. Everything is going to deep learning, and due to the chatbots, the chat gpt, everything shifted to the llm. It seems that everyone is doing llm, and image generation and video generation, and the tools are just bombarding us nowadays. Well, we have to keep track of the old ancient times algorithms. That's what I'm doing. Anyways, what it does, simple and easy to use methods are of great practical demand in the design of proportional, integral, and derivative, which is PID controllers. Controller design criteria are to achieve a good set point tracking and disturbance rejection with minimum actuator variations. Well, this is very precise description of PID or any other control design system, and I really like this definition. The controller design criteria are to achieve a good set point tracking and disturbance rejection is a minimum word, a good writing, and it deliver the meaning more meaningful ways. So the controller design criteria are to achieve a good set point tracking and disturbance rejection, because it has to reject the disturbance, the outer disturbance. If you have some cheetah videos or a cheetah robot where someone is kicking on that robot from the MIT, and that robot is getting back to its balance, that's the rejection of external disturbance. Anyways, achieving satisfactory trade-off between these performance criteria is not easily accomplished with the classical tuning methods. Yes, the main problem with the PID and other things, it is a good tuning for your system. So the good tuning I think that's what they are going to handle with the swarm. A particle swarm optimization technique is supposed to design a PID controller. This design method minimizes a compromised cost function based on both the integral, absolute error, and control signal total variation criteria. Well, you can leave a comment if you want to know about some specific topic. We can create another separate video on that. Uh, Arduino microcontroller processing for everyone, an analysis on clock speeds, an implementation of MPPT with the pervert piano algorithm, a study of secured wireless sensor networks with Zigbee and Arduino, implementation of the model reference adaptive systems, hardware implementation, the fuzzy logic MPPT is an Arduino card using a Simulink port. Method for rapid development, ANN. I kinda hate ANNs nowadays. Arduino UNO based maximum power point tracking for PV, study of the open source Arduino Duo board, QDuno, real time ECG anomalies using Arduino, 808232 and Java. The intervals of PQRST wave is analyzed using Java APIs and windowing algorithm. The results are compared with the standard ECG signal to detect abnormalities. A good thing. Low-cost Arduino Android-based energy-efficient home automation system. A power frequency sensing device using an Arduino device and zero crossing algorithm and its implementation on Android app. What if this project is related to power? So if you are looking for some project to do on a power, this could be a good choice. A power frequency sensing device using an Arduino. Sensing device Arduino zero crossing Android app. So that's what it is related. Yes, if you are dealing with the zero cross detection, you have to deal with the if you are going to deal with the power, you somehow have to deal with zero crossing as well. Soon on my channel, I am currently working on a project with the Arduino board where we need to create an AC motor control system. It's like a dimmer, so maybe I post it on the as well. Real-time implementation of space vector pulse width modulation. It's for generating the power inverters for the PV systems. That's not today's topic as well. Yeah, this research paper, the first one is for DSPIC. Um, Implementation of model predictive control using algorithm. Real-time land detection and monitoring planning in Raspberry Pi. Yes. Model predictive control, shape detection and classification. Well, that's one of the topic I recently did. Sometimes we were just exhausted with the projects that we don't get time to create a proper video of it and to upload it. It's really an extra headache. So that's why I am looking for some ways to connect with uh, audience, you, everyone, the easiest way, which would not be a burden for me and for you guys. And I think the live stream may be helped, so that's why I'm trying this one. Shape detection and classification using OpenCV and Arduino Uno. Yes, yes, this one is also a good thing if you are looking for some project to sharpen your skills. Go try it. How to do that? Well, The shape detection, you can start from a basic circle, which could be detected with the half circle algorithm, and you can modify that algorithm to detect the rectangle, and the lines are pretty easy with the half line algorithm, and so on. Let's see what they do. If we want machines to think, we need to teach them to see. Fifi Lee, director of the Stanford AI Lab. I may mispronounce the name. Just apologize me for that. Working on computer vision is equivalent to working on millions of calculations in the blink of an eye with almost same accuracy as the human eye. Excuse me. So I'm not going to open that research paper as well. um, Design and implementation of a fall detection system using MPU 6050. So this one project is also related to MPU 6050 and Arduino. So I will go with that. Fall is the most significant causes of injury for elderly or epilepsy. This has led to development many types of automatic fall detection systems. However, prevalent methods only use accelerometers to isolate fall from activity from daily living. The ADXLs, yes, the accelerometers will only tell the orientation. So if the orientation changes, it is a detection technique to detect the fall. But the gravity and the acceleration plays an important role to detect the fall. So simple orientation is not gonna work. Anyways, to demonstrate the activity of proposed scheme, our device has been designed. We use an Arduino Uno and we use MPU 6050 as a sensor, and we can measure the velocity and acceleration by calculate the derivatives of the phase. This program was written with C language. Several fall features parameters are possible. Falls are calibrated through an algorithm. The implementation of program built to read an analog variable from its port as an additional adjustment to fix blah blah blah. Anyways, that's on Springle. I have doubt that we have a free access or open access to that article. Okay, it's just open up. We have the access. Let's see what's an important thing here. Okay, so the first thing, let me grab something. Do we have some editing tools? Mm, no, not that. Yes, maybe this annotation tools gonna work. So it's for fall detection. Nah, undo. It is going to a simple threshold. To use the demonstrate the activity of proposed scheme, a device has been designed. We use Arduino Uno and with several can be measured. Actually, my God, can the phase of this program was C language. Okay, so the first thing we need to highlight is this one, and then to demonstrate the activity of the proposed has been there, we can use measure the velocity and acceleration by calculating the derivative for the phase. So this one, this program was dealing with several fall features. Parameters are possible falls are calibrated through the algorithm. First of all, fall is the most significant cause of injury. Well, we know that. Let's move on. Some person is falling. Use focus on determination, changing the magnitude of the algorithm, change in the magnitude of the acceleration. What most of the research on fall in which accelerometers is used focus on determining the change in magnitude of the acceleration. Okay, so it says that most of the fall uses that when the acceleration values exceed a certain threshold, the fall is detected. So 2 and 3 is the reference which is saying that. Let's see it what evaluation of the fall detectors based on accelerometers. We will go further to that research paper as well. Comparison of low complexity fall detection algorithms for body attached accelerometers. Well, good one. Let's go back where we came from. Well, yes, the accelerometer, it is explained here. It has VCC, the ground, the SCL and SDA, the SDA, the SCL. Oops. Anyways, what? Oops. Okay, so here it comes the fault detection algorithms which they implemented the total sum acceleration vector. So this is the formula. You know this one. Anyways, oops, no, come back. Come on, don't advertise yourself. Okay, lower fall threshold, the negative peak for the results. So this is the overall flow chart. It starts acceleration left for acceleration, maybe fall happen, calculate the angle and then take 0.5 second and derivative and take second derivative. Acceleration is greater and upper angular velocity, so that's how they make. So this is kind of run on damaged road, walking fast, step up the stairs, so that's kind of the wave change they get. Dangers fall detected. Okay, so that's something the fall looks like, and the fall posture. Okay, well, that's pretty simple, but no, and that's a good choice to try with some other algorithm, which nowadays I was focusing on. It's not. Oh, come on. Come back. Um, Understanding the design of the Arduino based PID controller. Nope, we don't want to. Autonomous maze solving robot. Well, this project I done maybe in when um, in my earliest days, maybe 2010, maybe. We created that time. I worked that as a hobby project where I created a robot which was line follower. So I want to make something advanced. So I created maze uh, with the lines, black lines on a white surface, and every crossing intersection there was a landmark, and then I created a C sharp software. The computer was sending data with the RF to the microcontroller. I can't remember which microcontroller I used that time, but I implemented the shortest pathfinding algorithm with the C sharp software. That code I took from the code project website that time. So I modified that with according to my own need, and I created a smaller grid, and then I put a start point, a destination point. I transmitted the data over the RF, and we just feed that data to the robot, and the robot moves, and whenever the robot achieve a new landmark, it update the PC, the C sharp software. So that's how they work at that time, because we don't have the Wi-Fi or internet access. So that time the RF communication was the easiest one to implement. So that's why. If I think of a nowadays, maybe some API based implementation, if I can't fully implement on a Arduino, maybe today's the Arduino UNO obviously have 32K RAM, so A star or digester algorithms could be easily implemented on the Arduino UNO. So yeah, an Arduino based on site monitoring and gravitational search algorithms. No, I'm not looking for that. MPPT, no, I'm not going for that as well. Easy performance while learning on Arduino sensors through Tinkercad. Well, Arduino based human healthcare monitoring. Healthcare monitoring projects are very common, you know. If you do a hobbyist project and the healthcare is the first one, but it is very saturated. The healthcare project, what you can do with the healthcare is a patient monitoring system. You can take the blood pressure. Nowadays is something advanced topic which you can implement a research. The photoplethysmography, you know, the blood oxygen level and the heartbeat with the IR LED and the red LED. This needs to be researched more and more. There are still a lot of spaces to research on photoplethysmography. People are finding non-invasive ways to find the glucose, the blood pressure, obviously that are not proven research nowadays, but somehow some research papers claims that NIR photoplethysmography could work for non-invasive glucometers and BP meters. Well, there are various algorithms still open for research. You can do that. And development of Arduino based wireless control system, that's pretty much common. Let's go further. And integrated Zigbee. No, we left Zigbee when the ESP came along. Obviously, the Zigbee has its own space, but now most of the time the things shifted toward the ESP. Anyways, smoothing algorithm for stabilization for the material point method for fluid, a systematic literature review on Prototyping with Arduino application, challenging advantage and limitation. Nah. Accumulator charging control with piezoelectric. Nah. Integrated Arduino based educational mobile robots in ROS. Well. I just wish to work on robotics, but that field I left many years ago. It's just a job requirements. So I just wish to work on ROS more, but it kind of fascinates me. So no, I dynamic programming algorithm to select optimum high priority voice segments using Arduino. Paper using an Arduino platform to implement dynamic programming. The dynamic programming, if you are not aware of that, well, it is something in the algorithm, the advanced level topic, which uh, if you master, you can solve many problems. So it's kind of a little advanced topics, which obviously you should learn, but not from the beginning. So start from a smaller algorithms first, like sorting and searching, so on and so forth. Road conditions detection using Arduino based sensing modules in smartphone. Well, did seem something interesting. They study road condition detection device, which consists of an Arduino based sensing module. Android smartphone based user interface is designed and implemented for vehicles. First, the Arduino based sensing module is designed to evaluate road conditions in real time. Mark the position and normal condition like Google Maps while the data shared by the nearby vehicles. As a result, the drivers can change their driving behaviors for improving driving safety, comfort, and efficiency. Well, if you want to do that project, um, what you have to do, well, you at least have to make multiple vehicles. So the data could be shared to multiple users. Obviously, some vehicle is going and see the road is not good. It updated the data to the server, and the next person who is coming um, see that data and don't come that road and find some alternating route. So that's how it should work. We could go further on if it is an open access, which probably not. So, you know, if you have access to your base of the research papers, you can grab that, or your own ways. I hope so. Performance evaluation of the lightweight encryption algorithms. Lightweight encryption algorithms for IoT based applications. Why you need that? Well, that is an important question. Why you need encryption for the IoT based application? Aren't that simple? Just fetch the data from the Arduino or the sensor node and send to the server. That's it. Well, not that simple. As the IoT is growing and becoming popular, the data security is becoming very important. There could be a lot of ways and reasons you want to secure your data, and you um, uploaded packets of your data to be sniffed and uh, information getting leaked. Maybe the sensor node is sensitive to encrypt that data. Someone sniff your packet your industrial automated machines get damaged or unpredictable fault, you know, the mischief and misleaded, so you get attention upon. There could be a lot of reasons. I hope if you open up this research paper, you could see a lot of reasons. Automated cleaning of PV panels. Well. Implementation of cardiac dynamic matrix. No. For the speed tracking control of this motor, which year? 2014. Yeah, that year it was popular. Nowadays, if nowadays all the projects are involving the deep learning and blah blah blah. Everyone wants to do the deep learning. Well, good thing. I assume it's very saturated. Only the MS and PhDs could do something new research on that. Very rare doors left open for a graduate student or a hobbyist. Well, maybe if you are good at, you could do something good. Don't lose hope. If you enjoy doing that, just go for it. Real-time fuzzy logic speed control and Internet of Things thermostat sensor developed with an Arduino device using a recursively digital optimized algorithm. Okay, so if you think that thermostat is cliche or true, what is the right word? Just let me know. But it's not. There is still room for some good thermostats. Why and where? Well, just open that research paper and figure it out. A model for remote controlled mobile robot using Wi-Fi, implementation of incremental conductance based MPPT. The PNO and incremental conductance are one of the most popular and widely common algorithms for MPPT. There are a lot more advanced algorithms. I remember one of the research project I done, which was the Aunt Clooney optimization for the MPPT for the partial shading PV panels. So, yeah, that algorithms were also popular. Although I didn't implement the algorithm on a real hardware, I just created the simulation in the Simulink many years ago. Implementation of distributed consensus. What that word is? Algorithm for wireless sensor network using no MCU. Uh, Today's topic is not the wireless sensor network. I think maybe someday we specifically create a, a stream for wireless or and IoT based systems, but not today. Intelligent testing for Arduino UNO based on thermal image. Facial recognition by interfacing MATLAB. Yes, if you implement MATLAB, the actual processing is done on the MATLAB. So nothing to add. The Arduino. Arduino is just a fancy word to grab some traffic on your paper, I guess. Distributed neural network time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Fault detection system using Arduino. FIO. What is FIO stands for here? Let me see. It's oh, that's some Arduino board. There are a lot of. There are many. Face tracking and recognition using MATLAB and Arduino. Well, good one. Which year it was done? 2017. Yeah, that years were good for that kind of projects. Instrumentation for mathematical vibration analysis in the time domain and frequency domain using the Arduino platform. Well, this one is fascinating. You should definitely try these kind of things. It will help you to level up your skills. So when you implement these kind of algorithms on your own, you will know what these algorithms are capable of, so how powerful these algorithms are. And in this paper we use Arduino platform together with the sensor as accelerometer, gyroscope, and ultrasound. Well, you don't have to, but you did. To measure the vibrations in the mechanical systems, the main objective is to assemble a signals acquisition system easy to handle, of low cost and good accuracy for teaching purposes. Well, it is also used the Python language and its numerical libraries for signal processing. This paper proposed the study of vibrations of a beam, which is measured by position, velocity, and acceleration. They added a lot of sensors. You don't have to do all of them. Just pick one, implement. MPU do good with the vibrations, if you ask me. So we can use the MPU and place them on some vibrating surface. Maybe if you have a pedestal fan, just put the MPU on the surface of the motor. When it is vibrating, just grab the data, throw that data on your Python or MATLAB, and do some data analysis. Do the time domain analysis, the frequency domain analysis, compare some data to find out the vibrations, try to swing the fan, the motor, try to do some knocking and see the pattern changes. So do that. If you want to grab the skills of signal processing, this is a good one. PAEL simulation for integrated autopilot and path following algorithms for MAVs using Arduino Target. Designing an implementation control system for self-balancing robots. If you want to do a control system, self-balancing robot, and robotics, if you are interested, this one is a good project. Analysis of cryptographic algorithms on IoT hardwares. Today's topic is not IoT, Internet of Things. A new adaptive filtering. Well, adaptive filtering is also a topic of digital signal processing. So yeah, we have to talk about that. Basically, what is an adaptive filter? Adaptive filter is something which adapts, you know, the changes, uh, the real atmosphere, and updates its filter coefficients. So that's how its adaptation to the real-time noise works. So it is a good candidate to be implemented in a real-time hardwares like embedded systems like Arduino board or the STM32. It is a good exercise, by the way. One of the most important issues in the area of digital signal processing is a signal noise cancellation. The noise cancellation that has been studied and given a considerable attention. This paper is published on 2016. You think it's outdated? So remember, we are looking for outdated and ancient type algorithms which could help us to level up our skills. My main motive is to pick up these subjects. It will help you to be good at your digital signal processing subject. When you implement these algorithms on real-time hardware, you get confidence that yes, you can do that. What else? You will know if some similar problem you face, you will know that that algorithm could help. So that's a lot. So give them a try, because we are talking about the digital signal processing today specifically. So that's why I picked only those papers which are relatable to the signal processing. In the recent few years, adaptive filters have been used to cancel out different kinds of noises from analog signals based on many adaptive algorithms. The aim of this paper is to study and implement a real-time line enhancement problem denoising based on using a recursive least square and the modified version of RLS algorithms, which is proposed as a new adaptive algorithm. Both are carried out to the microcontroller. The main advantage of these algorithms is that they update the coefficient values of adaptive filter every single iteration until convergence is occurring. The performance analysis of this algorithm is assessed by showing the output of adaptive filters and calculating the power signals to noise ratio SNR. Yes, that's an important thing. If you are doing some communication project or a noise cancellation is part of that, or you are doing some signal processing, you will get some terminologies like SNR, the dBs, and so on. To verify their robustness, different values of random noise power are taken. It is observed and proved from the result based on the above performance parameters that the MRLS algorithm performs better than the RLS algorithm in terms of noise cancellation. You can just use RLS because you are doing it for a study purpose, right? If you are not sure, let's grab the chat GPT to help us here. Finally, we are here for the chat GPT. Well, tell me in one paragraph. It didn't work. No, somehow in this stream the A is not working. I hate the long answers. Well, you get the idea, right? So let's get back to the work. ECT measurement system based on the Arduino and Android devices. ECT processing is a signal processing. So yeah, we covered the 10 paper 10. Okay, let's filter out what papers are published in this year so far. Greenhouse. Mhm. Water flow rate. Well, I think that's all for today. These are good one. The Nano 333 BLE DCT algorithms. Um, I'm feeling sleepy, so I think I should wind up my stream there. We'll pick up and continue tomorrow, maybe. So, thank you and see you.